What's good, y'all, man? It's your boy Luca. Welcome back to my channel. So I was actually just scrolling through YouTube and I saw this Army pros and cons must watch before joining 2021. So for those of you who don't know, I used to be in the military, Army active duty. I did that for about 10 years before I got out. I went in 2010. 2010. Yeah, I enlisted in 2000, the end of 2009, started basic training January 2010. So I'm just curious, just kind of to hear what he has to say about joining the Army, pros and cons. A lot of things changed the whole 10 years I was in. But yeah, I'm just curious. So I figure, y'all could watch it with me. Maybe somebody could take something from it. If you're considering joining, definitely check this video out. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give my piece and we'll see how it goes, man.
The reason why you're probably watching this video right now is because you're probably considering joining the military, or you already joined the military and you wish you watched this video before you joined because now you don't know what you got yourself into and now you can't get out of it. What's up, guys? You're MBTV here, back at you with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of joining the military, specifically the United States Army. Before we start though, I just want to give a big shout out to Kyle McDaniel, Drip King 149, and the rest of you guys who hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post videos, and like and comment on every one of my videos that I upload. You guys are amazing and I really appreciate you guys. My goal is 10,000 subscribers before May, so if you guys are new to the channel and you want to help your boy out,
the anime fingers.
So a lot of you guys already know what the pros are about joining the military, so I'm going to start off with all the cons that I've come up with about joining.
So yeah, that's why I just kind of want to see where it differ, because like I said, he's more of a, I don't know how long he's been in, but I know he didn't come in when I came in. So I just want to kind of hear the differences of how he sees the Army, and then kind of how it was for me early on. Because like I said, I literally just got out last year. So, I saw so much changing. So I want to see kind of what he has to say.
The military and the United States Army. First con about joining the military and the United States Army is being away from home. That's right, you guys are going to be away from home for a significant amount of time, and Facts. For some of you guys who are really attached to your loved ones back at home, it may be a hard time for you. So joining the military might not be the best decision for you if you can't really get over, not being with a certain someone for a significant amount of time. Because in the military, you guys are going to be traveling a lot. You guys are going to be traveling to far places around the world, and you guys are probably not going to see your family for like a year, even more than a year. So if this is a struggle for you, I would say if you join the military, try to FaceTime your family members and loved ones as much as you can, send them letters. Try to talk to them as much as possible to fill in that gap, because it is going to be a struggle. The second con.
For sure. So yeah, that first one. Yeah, that first one I definitely can relate. He didn't go too much into detail about being away from home, but I can say I definitely understand that part. I was mad young. I was 19 when I joined, fresh out my mama's house, you know what I'm saying? So that initial basic training thing was definitely a big shock for me. Excuse me. That was definitely a big culture shock for me. I think that was like the first time I was on a plane, first time away from family for that long of a period. I went out to Kentucky, and this was back in the day when I came in 2010. So back then during basic training, which was, I believe it was about 2 months of basic training, there were no cell phones. Like I know now they can have cell phones, you can have your iPads and all of that, so you can stay in touch with, your family members. I don't know if they get them every day or they get them at the end of the day. I can't say I had a cousin who joined not even that much longer after me. I think he came in like 2014 or 15, and I remember him calling me like, yo, bro, what's good? Da-da-da-da-da. So, but for me, we got 2 phone calls. I got there January 26th. I got to Fort Knox, Kentucky. That's where I did my basic training. They don't do basic training there no more, you know what I'm saying? Only the guerrillas went there, you feel me? Yeah, so we got 2 phone calls. We got a phone call on Valentine's Day. I remember that one specifically. I called my girl at the time. I ain't even called my family, you know what I'm saying? I was missing my shorty or whatever. So I called my shorty that I was dealing with at the time. Call her, and then I got another phone call the day before graduation, and that phone call was, and mind you too, these phone calls are short. Like, I think they probably shorter than prison phone calls for real. I don't know specifically. Which, I got homies in prison right now. I be talking to them and we be chopping it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But these was like 2-3 minutes max for real. So it was like if the person didn't answer the phone, you literally had to hang up and try to call somebody else. And the crazy part about it is, uh, if you don't remember the number, curtains, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody waiting. You got another dude behind you trying to use it. He trying to get his time in the call. So again, yeah, I called Shorty, boom, talked to her for a quick little 2 minutes, hopped off, and then the last one that I got was the day before graduation. That was simply to call to see if my family pulled up, because I wasn't sure. You know, I was writing them letters here and there, but I remember writing a letter asking if they was gonna come. I didn't get a letter back. But my graduation, like my brothers and sisters showed up, but my mom didn't show up. She's also in the military, and she was away at the time, so she couldn't even pull up, unfortunately. But yeah, he's right about that. You know, if you're real close knit to somebody or your family, it's gonna be rough. But like I said, I think today you actually get to have your phones and stuff like that. As soon as you graduated basic, for me, as soon as I went to AIT, actually my mom was there. My mom met me at AIT. She was there in school at Fort Leonard Wood where I was going. She's 74 Delta chemical or whatever, and I was going there to be an 88 mic heavy vehicle operator. So I actually met her when I got there. I got there, she was outside waiting for me. She brought me my phone and all that good stuff. So it was cool, but yeah, it's hard, man, for real. But at the same time, man, it's a great growing period for me, at least. I kind of got the motivation to do stuff on my own. I guess, as I say, not always need my mom, brothers, and sisters. I was out there by myself, and I just, you build a bond too, like that with the other soldiers, trainees and stuff.
Joining the United States Army is,
I'm gonna try to make these like quicker answers. I ain't gonna try to talk that long because this video is already 10 minutes, so I don't wanna, you feel me? But yeah,
that you cannot quit. That's right. If you guys wake up one day and you guys really just don't feel like going to work, they don't care. The military does not care. You are entitled, or you will go to work whenever the Army tells you to. They don't care that you're sick. Now, mind you, there are options that you guys can take if you guys are feeling sick. There is sick call that you guys can go to. But overall, you guys will be going to work. And you guys can't just, like in high school, because I joined the military straight out of high school. And in high school, whenever I felt like I didn't want to go to school, I just slept in. Like, maybe I missed the first 2 periods or something like that. But like, I wasn't finna go to jail. So this is like my report card from senior year of high school, and this is the amount of tardies that I got.
Whole time he had 32 tardies for his senior year. I had 52 in one class alone. I was in economics. I had 50, I don't know if it was 52, but it was 50 something for sure. But the only reason I had that was because my mom was deployed at the time. My dad worked mad early in the morning. So me and my brother, we had to drop my little sister off at elementary school before we could go to school, because we didn't really have nobody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I was late 50 something times. I used to be late in that class every day. That teacher hated me. I can't remember his name, man. Little short dude. He had some glasses. Yeah, and then after that, I just had the chillest. That was at the beginning of the year. I had that. That was my junior year. I had 52 tardies. My senior year, I just had like football, weightlifting, stuff like that.
That would not fly in the military. Like, I would have been kicked out if I showed.
So, and then to talk about the not quitting, that is true in a sense, because you're signing a contract for a certain amount of years. However, there are ways around it, and he's a newer soldier, so this is when this start happening with these newer soldiers. No disrespect, I'm sure it happened back in the day too, and even the time that I was in. But the Army is a lot more gentle now. So I mean, I highly recommend, if you just thinking about joining the Army, right now would be a perfect time to do it. We're in peacetime. There's no wars going on. This would be a great time. I joined during wartime, so stuff was a lot more hectic when I came in. But yeah, like you said, if you don't feel like going, unfortunately, You can't just not go or say I quit, but there are ways around it, and people have used them. You know, I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but there are ways around it. Once you get in the military, or if you know somebody in the military, just ask them. I just don't want to speak on it because I don't. I think that was like on some coward type stuff, but things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Up to work 32 times late. How many times were you guys late in high school? Because I was like, senior year, I did not care.
In the Army, you will get.
I ain't gonna hold you, boy. Senior year was lit. I had first period. I had weightlifting. Coach Simp and Coach C was good. I had weightlifting for first period. Second period, I had flag football. Literally was a class, flag football. I took all electives, like the last semester of my high school career. My senior flag football. Third period, I don't remember. I used to leave school every day. I would leave for lunch and just never come back. Or I would come back at fourth period, which was like a newspaper class. I can't remember what my third period was. I'm so serious. I do not remember my third period class because I just never went. And then, actually, no, I didn't have a third period class. I had weightlifting first period, flag football second period. Didn't have a class third period. And then that's why I used to be gone. And then fourth period, I had this newspaper class. Literally, we read the newspaper and wrote about it every single day. I had all electives. Senior year for one semester, and then I graduated in like February. So, yeah.
No, the worst punishment is going to jail. But like, if you if you show up late to formation or to work, you guys will get a counseling statement, and then the counseling statement is like the least amount of punishment you can get. But like I said, you guys cannot quit. You guys can't just put your 2 weeks in. You guys sign a contract, and you guys are expected to serve the fullest amount to that contract, if that makes sense. But there are ways to get out of the military early.
See.
You guys can get medically discharged, or you guys can just get in trouble and get kicked out of the military. But I highly recommend you guys do not go that route because it will mess up your future endeavors in the civilian world.
Not necessarily. It can, but not necessarily. But there are a lot of reasons people get out. You have I had soldiers, like female soldiers who had kids, and then their husband ended up leaving, and they were just stuck with the kids, couldn't afford daycare, things like that. You can get out that way. That's called like a parenting plan thing. It's just basically you don't have any support for your child as far as daycare, stuff like that. Then the Army will let you out. What he's saying as far as getting in trouble, I don't know exactly what he's talking about particularly, but as far as getting in trouble and it affecting you after you get out, that's for fighting. Not fighting, but like more like smoking, fighting. I just know somebody that just got out for fighting where they punched the commander. So he went to jail, then got out. Drugs like piss tests, you pop out on that, you'll get kicked out. A few of those are like dishonorables, but after a certain amount of time, you can get your dishonorable discharge changed. You could fail your PT test height. I just said I wasn't gonna speak on it, didn't it? Whatever. You can fail your PT test height and weight. That'll be like a general discharge. Actually, I think you can get out with that as an honorable. Actually, I don't know. It probably has changed, but I believe it's a general discharge. And then like in 6 months, you can go to the VA and get it changed to honorable, and then you get all your benefits. And there's some few other ways, but yeah.
Kind of about joining the United States military is that if somebody over you tells you to do something, you are expected to follow through with it. Unless it's immoral or unlawful, you will do whatever they ask.
Yes, he's 100% right. If you do get orders, again, as long as it's not illegal, immoral, or unethical, that's what he was missing, unethical. Yeah, as long as it's not those three. So if someone tells you to do something, you got to do it, basically. And it all works like that. Starting at the beginning, you'll be a private coming in. Some people come in as lieutenants if they got like a college degree or something like that. You can come in as a specialist if you got like a little college or something like that too. But I came in as a private, fuzzy, nothing on my chest. By the time I got out, I was definitely a lot higher up. Platoon sergeant, I did that for a little bit. So I was in charge of a lot of soldiers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, Yeah, pretty much. As long as it's not like no dumb shit. Hey, bro, go rob that bank or something like that. You ain't got to do shit like that. But be here, wear this, do that. You pretty much got to. Unfortunate. Not unfortunately. I mean, it is what it is.
Of you. Now, you may think it's stupid. You may think it's dumb. They can literally say, okay, move this here. Okay, now I want you to move it back to where you got it from.
True.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I don't know what he done been through, but I remember we had to move some rocks from one. We had a bunch of white rocks in front of this step, some steps that was in the back of our company. We had to move those rocks from those stairs to the other stairs on the other side. Then we had to move the rocks back over there. We just called it busy work, you know what I'm saying? But it's all memories, bonding me and the homies. Shout out McGill, Lex, Squishy, my boy Minto, you know what I'm saying? Chris, what's up? You know, the whole gang from Fort Sill. Bree was good. Tony, my brother, love you, bro. It created a lot of memories and a lot of bonds too. Sarah, my boy Bedwell, shout out to Bedwell, rest in peace, you heard. But yeah, it was fun, man. And you get a lot. I got a lot of crazy stories, man. I might do some story times. If y'all want to see story times, man, just write it in the comments. I'll pull out some stories for y'all as far as the military.
Stuff like that, and you're gonna
shout out the mother of my kids too. Bug, I love you to death. Me and her met in the Army. That's my dog. Love her to fucking death. That's my dog. But yeah, man, I got a bunch of stories. So if y'all want to hear some stories, do that, man. I throw these up on the channel, man. I got a lot of stories.
I highly suggest you guys to just, like, you know, whatever you have to say, hold it in, man, and just do it, because people who complain in the military, you guys will not get very far. So you guys will be doing stuff in the military that you don't think makes sense, but unless it's immoral or unlawful, if somebody tells you to do something that's over you, you are expected to do it. The fourth and last kind about joining the United States military is that once you guys sign those papers, you guys no longer have your freedom of expression. You guys are limited to what you guys can say about your political beliefs, your political government, your religion, really. You guys really cannot be, you guys can't really have an opinion. Right, you guys, or in uniform, you can't have an opinion. The military is neutral. The military does not support Republican. The military does not support Democrat. So it's important.
True, but we support Republicans. Not that is wrong. I'm not telling you what side to choose. I don't care if you're black, white, rich, poor. Just statistically speaking, with my experience, I ain't gonna speak for nobody else, but while I was in the military, while Republicans were in office, the military was a lot better. As far as Democrats, you know, they like to downsize the military. I remember 2014 was a crazy year because they were trying to downsize the military by about 300,000 people. They were kicking people out for the dumbest shit, man. People were getting kicked out for tattoos below their elbow, like tattoos they came in with that they got approved to come into the Army with. People were getting kicked out for that. I didn't have tattoos at the time. 2014, I had no tats. As soon as they changed it, that's when we got like this new Sergeant Major in, Sergeant Major Daly. Bro was the shit. But when he got in, he changed the tattoo policy, and I flew to another country. I got sleeved up. One setting, I sat down for like 8 hours. Got crazy.
That you guys do not, you know, go in uniform, or, you know, even out of uniform. If people know you're a soldier, you can't really speak about stuff like, especially your president. The president to you in the military is your commander-in-chief. That is your boss. Yep. No matter what, you will, you know, no matter how you feel about him or her, you will do whatever they say, and you won't express any opinion towards them. Like, it's just that. You guys also can't, you know, males, if you like to paint your nails, you guys can't paint your nails. You can't have your hair, you know, long. You guys, you know, females, they're changing the regulations.
The regulations are getting a lot better. I'm gonna tell you, when I was coming up, I found the loophole in everything. I was just a dick, like Private Brazzy. You know what I'm saying? I was a dick. You feel me? I was a dick. So at the time, I was definitely into, you know, doing extra shit. You know, I had longer nails. Like you said, men are not supposed to have nails. They weren't like long, but they were, you know, kind of like this, but not too crazy. But I had nails. I used to go get them done, you know, all of that. And then I remember one day I came back, and my NCO at the time, ugh, can't stand her. But the NCO I had at the time, she got on me. She was like, bro, cut your nails. And of course, I mean, because I didn't know the reg at the time. So she was like, go read the reg. And my thing was, I never took people's word for it. Like, she told me this what the regs say. I never took anybody's word for it. That's a whole nother story. I probably could make a story time on that. Shout out to my mom. She's the one who put me on regulations. And everybody who knows me that was in the military, they know I knew my shit. When it comes to regulations, nobody could fuck with me. But she had told me to go cut my nails, so whatever. I went to read the regulation, and it says black and white males, no nails. They have to be cut. But I kept reading just to read, and then I found out a lot of people didn't know this is 2010. People do it now. In the last few couple years, they do it now. But 2010, now this is like 2012, just right before I deployed for the first time. When I was reading that, I also read in there that if your hair, for one, they didn't have a length on your hair at the time. I'll still have to look now. But at the time, they didn't have a length. It just said that your hair could not drastically obstruct the wear of any headgear while in uniform. So like RPCs, Kevlars, gas masks, things like that. So I grew my hair out a little longer. Then while I was reading it, I found that if your hair didn't naturally part, like fall to the side, kind of like, straighter hair, how it just falls to the side, and have a part, you can put a straight part in there. So I cut my nails that day. I went straight to the barber shop and I got a part. And again, nobody did this at this time. Like I said, this is 2012, right before we deployed, or this was 2011. It was either the end of 11 or early 2012. I went and got a part because I remember it was deploying. I had to go through this SRP or something like that. It's when you get all your checkups and stuff, making sure you're good to go. I went in there and I remember I had it. And I remember my XO at the time, he just walked up to me. He stopped. He looked. He was looking at my hair. He was like, it sure is, sir. And then he just walked off. Everybody was getting on me. Sergeant Major, First Sergeant, Commander, NCOs. And I was like, bro, it's black and white. And that's one thing they don't like about it, is that when you have that black and white, there's nothing they can say. Nothing at all. And then I start seeing younger soldiers doing it later, like 2018, 19. I was like, man, look at me, man. I used to do that.
Now, to be a little bit more expressive, but for the most part, you guys really can't express yourselves how you would in the civilian world. So if cutting your hair is a problem, I wouldn't suggest joining the military.
Hence, I have hair now because I couldn't have it the whole time I was in the Army. Couldn't have it the whole time. Pretty much my majority of my 20s, I could not have hair. Majority of my 20s, I had a short haircut, or I had like a little fro, maybe like this, with the curls, and then I had a little part. But majority of the time, I just had a low cut, deep ass waves. You feel me?
Except for the cons, and now I'm going to talk about the pros. The first pro about joining the United States military or the Army is the benefits. Now, whenever somebody mentions the military or the Army, they mention the amount of benefits that you guys get for just being in the military. No matter what job you choose, you guys get access to a lot of benefits. I'm going to make a separate video about all the benefits in the military. But you guys, for an example, you guys get free housing if you're a single soldier, or free housing in general. If you're married, the Army will pay for your house. If you guys want to go to college, the Army will pay for your college. You guys get free health care. So for an example, I'm a dental assistant, right? I work in a dental clinic, and I'm telling you right now, dental, that stuff is expensive. If you guys were to go in the civilian world and try to get some of the dental work that you guys will get in the Army for free, that's like over $1,000.
However, he is 100% right. Hella benefits, 100% right, and I'm grateful for everything that the Army did for me. However, like he said, he is a dental assistant in the Army. His training to be a dental assistant was 2 months long, maybe longer. So the issue that I have is that these medical physicians that you do see in the Army did not go to a actual medical school or anything like that. They went to a Army school where they studied for maybe 2 months, maybe 3, 4. Some schools are longer than others, but these are not actual professionals. Now, the doctors who do the surgeries, like, I had a couple surgeons in the Army. Some of them are actually accredited from universities, actually went to college. But all their assistants and the trainees that they have that they're teaching are just like me and you. They joined the Army, went to basic training for 2 weeks, learned how to shoot a gun. Then they went to AIT, which stands for Advanced Individual Training, and they stayed there for maybe a month. My AIT was a month for both of the jobs I did. Some around longer, like linguists. I think they're in school for like almost a year. But yeah, medical assistants, they don't be in that long. So that's the only issue I had, was that I'm going in to get some stuff looked at. My shoulder hurt. I look over and they Googling the shit. You feel me? They on Google like, what happened? I'm like, nigga, I mean, my bad. Bro, I could have did that myself. You feel me? So that's the only gripe I have about the benefits, is he's 100% right. We get a lot of benefits. However, it's like great value though. It's like great value. So yes, we get access to all of this stuff, but it's great value. That's the best way to explain the benefits. Except for when you get out, you get free education. Like I'm in school right now. Well, I'm on break right now, but in school because of the Army, I get disability checks now and all that good stuff too. You feel me? But I ain't gonna get too deep into that.
Dollars or procedures that you guys will have to pay for in the civilian world. But now that you guys are in the military, all that stuff is covered. The military pays for your food, your clothing. You guys get a retirement pension if you guys do 20 years. You guys get hella discounts at like shoe stores. Facts. And all these other types of stores. You guys get
now the discounts. Free food at restaurants. The Veterans Day be going crazy. If you join, I highly recommend, if you're going out for Veterans Day to get benefits, go out of town. Go somewhere where there are no other soldiers. Because if you try to go... So me, I've never been. Out of the 10 years I was in the Army, I've never been out to a restaurant for Veterans Day. Just because I'd never thought about that until now, to just leave and go to another city where there are no soldiers. Why am I just now thinking of that? Oh my goodness. But yes, because all the restaurants are packed. You got to think of all the soldiers. It's not just Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Everybody's flooding trying to get the free stuff. Yeah. Damn, bro. I should have went out of town, man.
The VA home loan, you guys get a lot of benefits. So the first pro about joining the United States military is the immense amount of benefits that you guys get. And for some of us who really weren't born into like any type of wealth or money, like the military, that is like the next best thing, man. The military is really a come up depending on how you use it. The second pro about joining the United States military is travel. That's right. The United States military will take you all over the world. They might take you to Afghanistan or Iraq or like the beautiful, calm, sandy beaches of Kuwait. I'm only 19 years old, and the military has took me to Fort Sam Houston. That's in Texas, near San Antonio. Yep. I've been to Oklahoma. Now I'm in New York. I could go to New York City. I could go to Canada. I could go to Niagara Falls. The military will take you to a lot of places. And
he's in New York. He's at Fort Drum. Yikes. I'm sorry, bro. But Sam Houston, yeah, that's where all the medical people go. They go down to Sam Houston, which is lit. I actually started in Oklahoma. I want to say he's talking about Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That was my first duty station. I loved it. Actually, it's not too far from here now. I done went up there a few times. I love it. So many memories. That's where I met a lot of my lifelong friends that I still have to this day. I met in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. But yeah, you travel everywhere. I got to live all over the world. Deployed deployed a couple times. Got to live in Italy, one of my favorite places in the world. I want to move back there so bad. God willing, I can move back over there to Europe. I've been a lot of places. I don't know what my passports are, but I literally can show you. Like, I have a whole new passport book now. And then you get a free passport with them. You get a business passport. It's a red one. So you could use that one for business. But I would just take both. I would take that one and my personal to get that one stamped too, because I have that as memories. I don't know where it's. I actually think it's over there, but in my little document thing. But yeah, travel is definitely lit. And if you're watching this, man, I'm gonna tell you something. When you travel and you go with the tickets, I used to tell people this so much. I don't know why people don't do this. But when you travel, I traveled a lot, especially for my job. I traveled a lot. Times where I would fly I was on a flight like damn near every week for real, for a certain amount of time. I used to be on a flight every week, rental cars, 5-star hotels. It's freaking amazing. But when you fly, bro, keep those itineraries. Keep your tickets, because you can set up an account with whatever flight that you're on. You can set up an account and you can claim those sky miles. I got OD miles from flying. My mom told me that like in 2012. And when I say I flew a lot, I flew. No BS, bro. There was a week where I was in maybe 4 different countries within 1 week, and I claimed all of those miles. No cap.
Most importantly, they will take you there for free. A lot of people do not have that opportunity. A lot of people don't travel in life. I highly recommend you guys travel, see the world. Like, the world is a beautiful place. It's good to get outside your hometown. And it's good to see like different places, different cultures. It's like, it's cool. You're going to meet new cool people, and you're just going to have a good time. Just, I mean, if you guys like traveling and all that stuff, if you guys like playing, you know, games and staying in all day, that's cool too. But like, traveling, especially while you're young, it's pretty cool. You guys are going to make memories for the rest of your life, and you guys are going to have a meaningful life. The third pro for joining the United States military is the job experience and the free job training that you guys get. So when you guys pick your job in the United States Army, all the training that you get is completely paid for by the Army, and all that training you get is invaluable in the civilian world. For an example, I'm a CCA Echo dental assistant. The Army taught me how to be a dental assistant. If I want to be a dental hygienist, there's an X2 program that teaches me how to be a dental hygienist. That's like $1,000, over $1,000 school right there for free, paid for by the Army.
Facts.
So when I get out the Army, I could be a dental hygienist if I wanted to, and all that is paid for by the United States military.
Facts.
So the military is going to give you all this free job training and, most importantly, experience, because most people in college, they come out with these degrees and all this other stuff, but they don't have the experience. And what's more important to employers, a piece of paper or actual experience?
That's 100% facts, bro. That is 100% facts. And also too, man, if you're gonna join the military, take full advantage of the education while you're in the Army. You can go to school as much as you want, not as much as you want, but I think they give you like $4,500 a year. Maybe it went up, maybe it went down. I'm not 100% sure, but they used to give you like $4,500 a year to go to school. So many people didn't take advantage of it. Me being one, I didn't start taking advantage of it till later into my career, when I was starting to think I'm not gonna make this an Army career. Because when I came in, a lot of people was staying in 20 years. Everybody was on 20 years. So to them, it was just like, what's the point of getting an education? I'm going to do 20 years. I'm going to retire. I'm going to just live off my retirement, which is feasible. Like, you can get a lot of bread. Like, you get 100%, you can get like a check for like 30, depending on your situation. If you got kids, wife, whatever, spouse, you can make up to like $4,000 a month for the rest of your life. Just a disability check from the military. But like I said, once I hit like my 7th year, I was kind of like, man, this I don't think I'm gonna make it 20 years. So I started the education, but I wish I would have started from day one. I could have probably had like 2 or 3 bachelor degrees. Not even bad. I could have knocked out my master's. But you could have, in 10 years, just think of how much school you could have knocked out in 10 years. Is what I'm saying. If you're just on it every day, getting busy, imagine how much school you could have knocked out. You know what I'm saying? In a few years. I got a homegirl. She just got her master's. Did somebody get a PhD recently? You can get it. You can get that, and then when you get out, you can go back to college if you want. Like, I'm in college right now, pursuing another degree from the one that I got already. But yeah, and like you said, the experience, man. I literally got out. And I could say I'm in the logistics field. So I got out, my resume flooded, 10 years worth of experience, all of these different places, working with the customs office, working at ports, working with the aircrafts, working with the vessels, working with railroads, highway transportation, all of that stuff. I have 10 years of experience, noted, quantified, and verified by the United States government. You feel me? So when I got out, you know, I did get a job like that. I got out like October. I think I had a job interview. I got offered a job October 16th. I got out October 1st, had a job opportunity, got flown out to a place to see their facility, and got a job offer October 16th. Just like that. And yeah, so and honestly, they didn't even ask about a degree. They didn't even ask. They just saw my experience and was like, yeah, we got you. And I was, you know, making some really good money too, way more than the Army paid.
And a piece of paper, because you're in the freaking military and you're dope as hell, bro. But for real, like, you guys get a lot of job experience and a lot of job training that would cost you thousands and thousands of dollars in the civilian world, and it's really, really valuable. And just because you're a veteran, employers will look at you differently, because being a veteran, that usually means that you know how to lead people, you have great work ethic, and you have an undeniable attitude, and you're determined, right? So that just makes you stand out already. And most jobs tend to hire veterans because they get a stimulus from the government when they hire veterans. So like, it's a win-win. The fourth and last pro of joining the United States military is the security and the stability. So
Facts, man. I'm gonna wrap it up after this. I know I've been talking a lot, and I'm pretty sure this video long as hell. But yeah, job security, stability, 100% accurate. At the end of the day, if all else fails and you fuck off your money while you're in the army, and say you lose your apartment or your house, they will put you somewhere to live. Like, not saying do that, but as far as the stability, there's always a net. That's just kind of how I looked at it. While you're in the army, there's always this net. You know how the trapeze artists be walking on the ropes with the little pole joint, and that safety net is there? That's the army, or that's the military. That net is always there. No matter what you do, there's always a net there. Period. Unless you just really fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gone. But the minimum, you just do what you're supposed to do, go to work, da 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 da. That net is always there. In job security, like you said at the beginning, you can't just quit. Even if you're not even performing the job to the best of your abilities, they can't fire you either. Not saying do that. You know, I didn't do that. You know, I was a hard worker. Anybody that messed with me know, all the soldiers that I led that served under me, they all still rock with me to this day. Some of them still be hitting me up asking questions about shit. And I'd be like, bro, I don't know. Like, I forgot all that shit as soon as I got out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, job security is a fact, man. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, man, I do have a lot of stories. Or if y'all have any questions about the military, just ask me. I'll do my best. Like I said, I have 10 years of experience in the military. Pretty much probably done any question you probably ask. Either I've done it, know somebody who done it, have a soldier that dealt with it, or a senior that dealt with it, so I can give you, you know, pretty much the best advice. If you guys want story times from the army, man, give me, you know, write down, hey, you know, story time, and give me a topic you want me to talk about, you know, as far as the job, the training, the parties. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but you know what I'm saying? The females, nah. But yeah, man, just let me know if y'all want story times. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I love talking about the military. I love the military. I praise it. It was an amazing time in my life. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you to everybody who subscribed already. I appreciate all of you guys again, man. Literally, I started this journey as soon as I got the military. Took a long break. I'm back now, so I'm trying to, you know, I'm gonna give a full effort to I'm gonna give a full effort to this YouTube thing. Sorry, someone's texting me. I'm gonna give a full effort to this YouTube thing. So y'all just support me, man. That'll be 100%. And you know, I definitely appreciate all you guys. If you are new, man, consider subscribing to my channel, man. We going up over here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody. Road to 300. Road to 300. Tell a friend, and tell another friend to pull up, holla at your boy. You feel me? I hope y'all have an amazing day. Be blessed.